I am dealing with a late diagnosed, high masking AuDHD burnout in perimenopause. I think I have mistook perimenopause symptoms for actual burnout symptoms. Hi, welcome back. Just gonna start off and say, I am so not normal. I mean, I know I said this in our first episode together of season 1 in the trailer, saying, who gets to fucking define what normal even is? It's such a narrowly defined thing that patriarchy has given us that, if I'm honest, I think most of us are gonna have to come out of the closet if we think we're normal, because most of us are not normal. Even the person that's supposed to be the head of what normal is for our society, let's get real. You know who I'm talking about. He's not normal either. So not normal. I mean, he just gives me the EBGBs. I was in the middle of working on the last episode for season 1. Actually, not even the middle. I had the script done and I was ready to start filming it 2 days after my 48th birthday. And I just had a total burnout. I really wanted to talk about what that experience was like today, but just getting my body ready to get in this video and sitting in front of the camera, I can feel how exhausted I already am. My heart rate is going up faster. That's part of burnout. It's like you're in overexertion all the time. And so your physiological responses to overexertion all kick in. Your heart rate goes up faster. It's harder to breathe. You can't get your words out. But I felt like I wanted you to know that I haven't disappeared, that I am dealing with a late diagnosed high masking, which I don't even really understand what high masking is still, AuDHD burnout in perimenopause. Like, all of this hit on the day that I was supposed to basically be starting my next cycle, and I haven't started. I am like into day 75 at this point. So I know this is a lot of it's hormone related. I think I have mistook perimenopause symptoms for actual burnout symptoms. And here in the editing stage, because there's a few things I forgot to say. One is, if you are a late diagnosed high masking AuDHD in perimenopause and you're experiencing burnout, you are not alone. I know it might feel like you're alone because there's not a lot of talk about this. If you search that exact term, I might be one of the only things that comes up because I put something in Reddit when it first happened to me, and now I'm trying to make this playlist here on YouTube for us. The other thing is, please stick with me if you are a woman experiencing any of these symptoms to the end, because I do have a warning and it just didn't fit in anywhere else in this video, but I want you to hear that warning. And then as soon as I have the energy, which is gonna be hopefully next week, because I am feeling a little bit better, but I think my hormones shifted again, I will do kind of a question and answer interview of what this experience for me has been like, especially not even really knowing that I was AuDHD until this experience. So stay tuned for that on my channel. When I went to start to actually research late diagnosed AuDHD burnout perimenopause, there was nothing. There was nothing to guide me on this path. So I know how vital it is that we start talking about this. And I created this channel actually with the intention, when I started to use Meredith from Video Brand Academy, I think that's who it is. I'll tag it in the notes in the video. But she started to have us draw out these different spider web type of bingeable libraries that we wanted. And Deconstructing Patriarchy, History, and Myth, which is season 1, was the first thing I wanted. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the personal experience of waking up realizing that I was ADHD and starting to realize that I might also be on the spectrum, but I hadn't accepted back in December when I started to put this channel together that I was on the spectrum. I think it still lived out here somewhere. And until I had this experience 2 days after my birthday, I didn't fully accept that I was AuDHD. Perimenopause, as we know, your hormones go haywire, and we're starting to get that trickle-down effect of all these different symptoms of perimenopause. But I have a huge caveat. So many of those symptoms are actually symptoms of burnout, but I didn't know that. So I was pushing and pushing and pushing through because I thought, well, I just have to get through perimenopause and then I'll be able to get back to my baseline, right? No, I was physically pushing through burnout symptoms, and I think I caught it just in time before I really did a lot of damage to my body, but not in enough time to be able to get back to life at a normal pace. Well, again, what is the fuck is normal? There is no normal pace. And I've realized that I will probably never get back to a normal pace for myself. I will never be able to step back in and do an 8 to 12 hour day again without really probably doing some damage to my nervous system. Here's what to know going forward. This is going to be the trailer for a new ongoing series where we're going to talk about late diagnosed high masking AuDHD burnout and perimenopause. Because when I was listening to a lot of these videos, I really didn't understand what high masking meant. So to give you a little caveat on what that means, I have internalized that it means it's not that I'm masking who I am, because I actually really like who I am. I like being that extroverted, well, more of an ambivert, who loves connecting to people, and I love body language. I became a body language coach, but I didn't realize I did that partly and because I didn't know how to be socially normal, right? But we learn at such a young age how to mask that even from ourselves, that we don't know that we're doing all of these things. And here's the high masking part for me. It cost us so much freaking energy. And I can feel that right now, right? Like I'm trying to make eye contact with you through this video, and I'm just like, I don't want to make eye contact because I'm like, there's no way I'm just looking at a camera, but I can even tell looking up at this angle with the light in my face and trying to get my words together. Like all of these different cognitive things that have to happen together is exhausting me. Like it only took me 10 minutes to throw this outfit together, throw the makeup on, but I had to sit down looking out at this beautiful nature for about 20 minutes to stop shaking. That is where my body is still at this point in time. So we need to be talking about this because this is also part of the web of how patriarchy touches every single part of our lives. It touches our missed diagnosis and misdiagnoses, if that's the right thing. It touches our hormones, it touches our womanhood, it touches our church hurt and our church burnout, which are different words I'm learning for possible AuDHD burnout that women don't really want to say has to do with patriarchy, because that's a whole nother thing we're not going to go into. It touches how we use our energy, how we rest. Like, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much work I have to do to undo how lazy I have to be right now. And that not all rest is created equal. I mean, there's just so many things I have learned that I was really hoping to share today. But again, it's more important that you hear from me. You know that I'm not gone. I still have the scripts that I want to do for episode 14, the last episode of season 1. I still have plans for season 2 and season 3, and now for this AuDHD ongoing burnout. This is actually the video that will start that series. It'll be ongoing. I also want to start talking more about church hurt and church burnout, because I realize that's really probably what's going to help people connect my work to what they're doing, and kind of that niche I'm hoping to break into with evangelical women, because that was me if you've been watching my channel. There was so much more I wanted to talk about, but going forward, all of that's still planned. I just only really can work in anywhere from 30 to 1 hour blocks right now, and maybe 2 of those a day. If I go over that, then I usually go into overstimulation. And that includes all of my life, right? That includes meal planning and budgets and taxes that I still have to get done. And I'm looking to buy a second investment home. There's just so much on the plate that I only have about an hour to maybe 2 hours a day spread out of time to really get into. I just want to encourage you to stick with me. Please stick with me. I'm gonna still be here. I'm going to try to post a couple videos that I had, interviews that I had over on Substack. I'm gonna put some intros together for them, or I might just throw them up because doing this little video is exhausting me. But those are still in the works. I'm gonna probably only post once a month, so I have time to do the other things I have to do within the 2 hours that I might have a day to get them done. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm gonna try to engage in the comment section. If you aren't familiar with my channel, well, thank you, welcome. Sorry that it's so messy for you to see this first episode, but I think if you're a late stage diagnosed, high, like whatever I'm trying to say. See, I'm starting to lose my words, so I need to wrap this up. Late diagnosed, high masking, AuDHD, ADHD, or autistic, woman in perimenopause, and you might be experiencing burnout, or hopefully I'm catching you before you are, or you're just a concerned human being that wants to understand what women are going through at an increasing rate. There's a word I can't kind of get to right now. So this is burnout. You're seeing it right here. But yeah, anywho, more women are coming forward with having these type of experiences because we've been trying to, high mask, repress all of this shit for 40 some odd years. I'm looking to hire an editor in order to help me do that portion of the edit process. Of course, that's what that is, Ollie. That's what an editor is. In order to help make sure that I continue to be able to put these videos forward. I will get episode 14 done as soon as I feel like I have the energy to be on camera for the extent of time it takes me and how many takes it takes me to get those scenes done. And I'll continue to give you check-ins when I can. I just can't promise any more than probably one video a month right now. And again, if you're not a woman or you're not a woman in late stage perimenopause, I still encourage you to tune in. Definitely tune in and binge season 1, but also tune into this ongoing playlist, because it will help you understand your friends, your sisters, the world around you a lot more. And I think even if you're not neurodiverse, learning how fucking fast our society goes and how unsustainable it is. I know there's so many people saying that right now, but we've really got to learn how to fucking slow this thing down. Because even when I look back at how much I was doing all the time, even my neurotypical, which I don't know there is anyone that's neurotypical friends, are looking at me and being like, no wonder you burnt out. Even for me, who has more energy, I would have burnt out. Hopefully you found this endearing. But if you are new here, please, 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 please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Get me closer to that 1,000 magic subscribe number. My watch hours have been going up, which is amazing. I have to hit 4,000 watch hours before I can start monetize this channel, which will help me snowball, the work, because I'll be able to afford people to help me get this work out instead of trying to do it all myself and killing my body. Binge season 1 and watch it more than one time. If you've already watched it once, go back and watch it again, because I'm sure you're going to pick up. I mean, this is like an entry-level college course, maybe even a master's course, to understanding our social cultural norms, where they came from, what patriarchy is. When I use that term, it's not a derogatory term towards men. It really is about the social structure that keeps us all in chains to this idea of what normal should be. And we're trying to break out of that, right? Then head over to Substack and join my Substack. You can join it for free. Right now, I'm probably going to just concentrate on getting posts out for the book that I'm writing called The Sacred Tryst. And you will have to subscribe at an investment level in order to get that book. But it's like $5 a month, so that's less than a coffee nowadays. One coffee, you can skip one coffee a month to get this book. And that, again, would help me be able to continue to produce this work in a just tremendous way. I still feel extremely passionate about getting this work out. Yeah, I have a lot of other stuff that complements the first season on my Substack that is free. And then the book is just diving into a fiction idea of what I mean when I say take off the patriarchal lens, look back at history, rewrite the creation story. So we're rewriting the creation story to predate Genesis. That creation story is called Genetrix, which means the ancestress. And we're putting Mary Magdalene as the Christ. So if that at all sparks your curiosity, go check out my Substack. The links will be below. And there's a big start here on Substack that will let you know how to engage with this material further. Again, there's this huge web of connected stuff that patriarchy is touching everything in. This isn't going off of my channel. This is really talking about one of those webs that I know is affecting a lot of us women right now, or is going to affect a lot more women as other women start to age into the perimenopause and late stage perimenopause together. If there's one thing I have to take away from this experience so far is, if you're looking at signs such as you're losing words, you feel like you're getting activated, which means like you get shaky, you get nauseous, you start to lose your words, your breast support isn't as deep, especially if you've been in good shape like I have. You feel your anxiety rising, you're losing words, I think I already said that. You're clumsy. All of those are also signs of burnout. So like, that's my thing. Go look at a sign, at a list of symptoms for, like, there really probably won't be a list of symptoms for AuDHD burnout, but for ADHD burnout, for autistic burnout, go look at those signs. And if you're in what you think is perimenopause or late stage perimenopause, where your cycle is really going haywire, go ahead and interpret those signs of what we think is perimenopause as burnout and take your precautionary steps to protect your body and your nervous system. It's not just about rest, it's about relearning how to manage your day and how much energy it takes to just do your basic activities, especially at this stage of life when your hormones aren't there to protect the nervous system. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, I don't know how much I'll be able to engage with comments, but again, just really wanted you guys to see my face, you women and men who want to understand women more and understand the patriarchy more. Thank you for doing your work. I wanted you to see my face and know that I'm not gone. I haven't given up on this channel just because it's going slower than I expected. I'm just in burnout and I don't have the energy. It's probably gonna take me 3 days, to be honest, to recover from just doing this video. So we'll see when it actually gets up. It's Monday, August 4th. Yeah, Monday, August 4th. Had to look at my computer. I'm hoping to have this up by Wednesday, August 6th, but it will depend on how long it takes me to recover from even doing this short film. So much love. Go binge season 1 and go join Substack and do the Start Here post. So much love. Bye-bye. Toodaloo. Ciao, ciao.